Stay to the very end and see how you can win a free Xbox or PlayStation, my friend. Lego.
The man accused of orchestrating the shooting death of Memphis rapper Young Dolph has a new trial date. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Alex Coleman. WREG's Jessica Knox has more on why the case has been pushed back.
Hernandez Govan is headed to trial after rejecting the state's offer for a plea deal.
The charges are at trial. There's a conspiracy count that for him, carries up to 40 years. There is the murder count that carries life in prison. I think you can imagine whatever the guilty plea offer was, it'd be less than, that sentence. But he's made his choices. And
the trial was originally set to start on March 10th. It has now been pushed back to July of 2025.
Yeah, the defense had some scheduling issues and they wanted to move it. We were ready to have a trial.
Since the beginning, Shelby County District Attorney Steve Morroy has argued that Hernandez Govan is the mastermind behind the death of Memphis rapper Adolph Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph.
We'll be able to prove our case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Govan's attorney Manny Aurora claims the term mastermind is far from the truth.
I just don't want the DA to keep talking about masterminds and all this craziness. The discovery says what it says, and I'm just a little disappointed that it's been aired out. It should be a clean trial, and the jury pool shouldn't be tainted this way.
WREG asked Aurora if he'll be asking for a change of venue.
I trust the folks in Memphis will have a good jury selection.
Reporting for your news leader outside of 201 Poplar, I'm Jessica Knox, WREG News, Channel 3.
And Govan is scheduled to be back in court for a report date on February 27th. The trial is set to begin July 28th.
All right, I wanna do this thing real quick. I wanna bring y'all back to what happened as far as how we got here. Is that cool? Well, not how we got here, but essentially the testimony of Cornelius Smith. Let's do it.
I want you to look at this. I want you to understand this. Check it out. Cornelius Smith still has not faced sentencing up until today. See, what they're trying to do is basically bring in Cornelius Smith to start testifying. There was something that I caught that I think other people will agree. And yeah, because I don't think people understand this part. When people are getting mad, because look what it says, what Cornelius Smith had to say in court about his role in killing Young Dolph. Smith pled guilty to murder in Memphis rapper's death and testified Monday against Justin Smith, his alleged accomplice in the shooting, currently on trial. Day one of the trial of murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph featured testimony from a man who admitted to pulling the trigger in a shooting that claimed his life. Cornelius Smith was brought in to testify against Justin Johnson, currently standing trial at Young Dolph's murder, facing charges including first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Right? We read more, right? Basically says Shelby County Assistant District Attorney Paul Hagerman told jury Smith would admit to the killing and be able to verify video evidence of Johnson's whereabouts that day. Defense attorney Luke Evans, represented Johnson, claimed the jury should not trust Smith, saying he told his family he didn't kill Dolph. I didn't do it. I'm just saying what I got to say to get myself home, Evans said, reading from a letter he said was written by Smith to his family. When Smith took the stand, he identified both himself and Johnson in the video where Dolph was shot. That's a photo of me and Justin shooting at Dolph, he said. That's a photo of me and Justin running away from the shooting after we got done shooting Dolph, Smith added. He also identified Johnson wearing the same clothes as he did during the shooting in a surveillance video from the apartment complex where Smith said they went to change and clean up after the shooting, as well as several other locations. Smith said he met with Quet Hernandez Govan and Big Jook Anthony Mims, who said Smith put out a $100,000 hit on Young Dolph. Govan paired Smith with Johnson for the shooting. Smith testified that day they caught Dolph. It was his daughter's birthday. You wouldn't kill a man on your daughter's birthday. Asked Evans during cross-examination. I'm trying to make it rain for her, Smith replied. I want to make it beautiful for her day. When Evans asked about Smith telling one woman about buying a house for her and such, Smith said he was playing the game. Smith testified he talked to Govan about $10,000 each for he and Johnson for the hit. When Evans asked why Smith told police later, I think Johnson got the same deal. Smith replied he was trying the same thing. Smith said he was only paid $800 for the money that was promised to him before his arrest in January 2022. When asked about the money paid to kill Young Dolph, Smith testified his conscience bothered him after the fact. Right. Smith also testified he did not have knowledge of Johnson getting paid for the shooting. Smith testified he received a letter from Johnson telling him to cut Johnson loose. and take the fall. Evans also asked about who wiped the car down. Smith testified he wiped the car down, but that Johnson had also said he had the car wiped down. Evans responded that Smith never told law enforcement he wiped the car down. Smith said it's hard to keep up with the details and that he answered the questions police asked. I've been telling the truth all the time, all along, said Smith. When asked about whether he was getting any consideration for testifying, Smith said, I'm going to jail anyway. I can get it off my chest. It's my best out, to be honest, to be truthful, said Smith. Why play with these folks? They already know. D.A. Mulroy said he expects the trial to end either Wednesday or Thursday. He said Smith and Govan's fates will be decided either through trial or plea deal and will depend on their level of cooperation.
And then we get Cornelius Smith sitting on the stand and trying to do his little 1-2 and trying to spin it to win it. We can admit that, right? He's trying to spin it to win it. All right, check this out.
Wait. Joke's the money man calling the shots. Quet puts you and Justin together.
Right.
And you and Justin are cool with each other and interact with each other over the months. You said at least 5 times or something. You're trying to, now we're back after the murder, you're trying to get your money.
Right.
You're having conversations with Justin, is that correct?
Yeah, I was teasing his phone like, you know what I'm saying? I need their money for the party, you know what I'm saying?
Are there times that you're trying to communicate with Justin and in fact you're communicating with somebody else?
I ain't know it, you know what I'm saying? At the time I ain't know.
Okay. Did you come to find out that Jamarcus Johnson had Justin's phone after the murder?
Yeah, I found out after I got locked up.
When you were communicating with Justin, okay, these times when Jamarcus had his phone and doing 3-way stuff or whatever, what was the substance of those conversations?
Oh, first time I was on the way back from Atlanta and he said he had got a little package from his homeboy so we could have some money in our pocket or whatever. And I was coming back from Atlanta, so I like, I was like 2 hours out. So I like, man, I don't want to just put it in the mailbox. But he said he had a letter with it too. And I know it'd be too many folks in my dad's neighborhood still be seeing what we put in the mailbox and double back. So I told him to give it to the lady next door who like a grandma figured to me or whatever. And he gave her $500 in a letter.
$500 in a letter.
Yeah.
And obviously you're supposed to get $40,000.
Right.
But you got $500 in a letter.
You saying right here, yeah.
And what was the substance of the letter?
Saying that Juke said that if we get caught up, he gonna make sure we have the best lawyers and all that old stuff. We hot right now.
And this first payment is when you get back from Atlanta.
Yeah.
How did you got into Atlanta?
Me and my girl had went out there. After they found the cop, we had went on out there.
Okay. Get scarce.
Yeah. I got scared. I got on them.
Did y'all drive out there?
Yeah, we drove out there.
Stay in a hotel?
Yeah, stayed in a hotel.
About how long were you gone?
I was gone a couple days. I ain't had any more money on me.
Run out of money, you gotta come back.
Yeah, I gotta come back.
And you come back, do you pick up that money from the old woman?
Yeah, I picked up the money from her, and I saw how much it was. I'm like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, $500.
You could spend that on pills in one day, I bet.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I could bet it.
What'd you do with the letter?
I flushed down the toilet at the hotel room.
All right. Is that the only time you got any money from Justin?
Nah, a couple days later, I was in the city or whatever, and he was saying that he was gonna have his folks to pull up on me, bring me some money or whatever, hold me down. So he been pulled up about 20, 30,000 leave, you know what I'm saying? But I had my girl to get out the car, and she met the person that was driving on the street or whatever. I had her to have her face mask on, and she said they had their face masks on, so we don't know who it was, but they gave her $300.
$300.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Justin's folks.
Yeah, this from Justin's folks.
All right, so now we've been paid about $800.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is there any other payment coming?
Nah, all the payments stopped then.
All the payments stopped.
Everything stopped.
Is there any time that you or your girlfriend or anybody received a large payment?
Nah.
Now, if we're to believe him, right, we got to go back and look at the illustration that was painted of Justin Johnson's brother. Justin Johnson's brother got set up because he didn't know. He was forced to testify. That's all that is. Then on top of that, I'm fairly certain that Govan Hernandez, because it just makes sense, was more than likely offered a plea deal and offered the ability to testify on Justin Johnson. 100%. Knowing the sweet deal that Justin Johnson's brother got, I would assume, and this is me, that they kind of knew, like, hey, his brother ain't really going to get fried, because if that's the case, why not just take it to trial your doggone self and then turn around and basically see how you can spin it to win it? Because, once again, we didn't know what Justin Johnson's brother really did. We were led to believe a whole lot of stuff and a whole lot of misrepresentation in this case. What you talking about, Nash? Well, remember how everybody and their mama kept on saying the cookie people set him up? Well, turns out that wasn't true. Turns out they seen Dolph driving and just so happened to catch up to him. Now, some people will probably be like, well, no, Nash, they called because young Dolph called before and then said he was coming in 5 minutes and all that crap and everything like that. All right, if you want to believe that, then I can't convince you of anything. They'll remember it's supposed to be a third shooter at the door and all this crap and everything like that. That didn't happen. They'll remember Justin Johnson was allegedly dead and all that stuff, and that stuff didn't happen. All of these things that were supposed to happen that didn't happen. All I'm saying is this. If you are quick to throw Govan Hernandez down the drain, I get it. 100%. Everybody loves Dolph. But if we step back, basically trying to get in contact with Big Jook and say, hey, man, this man owe me $10,000 is not a crime. You got to remember, Cornelius Smith basically went over to Hernandez Govan house. He didn't go over there and basically get told, hey, man, Big Jook over here, we looking for 2 shooters to take out Dolph, and you happen to... No. It's not what happened at all. So, you notice when Justin Johnson's attorney crossed him and stuff like that, that basically got to the nitty-gritty of how he even got there to Govan Hernandez's house and stuff like that. It didn't sound like your man's Hernandez Govan actually set that play up. Doesn't look like it. What it looks like, and this is just my honest opinion, is Big Jook basically was there. He knew who Hernandez Govan was. Everybody know Orange Mountain quit. And just so happened that, you know, Cornbread pulled up over there and might have been able to talk to Big Jook. And that's how that went. Now, if they prove that your man Hernandez Govan was in the room during this conversation, they got him on conspiracy. But I think Cornelius Smith, a.k.a. Cornbread, is supposed to come back, double back, and testify because he has not been sentenced. Do you know how good it would look for the DA who keeps on spreading propaganda like every DA does? Oh, mastermind, 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 mastermind. It's coming. So we keep on hearing about the mastermind, mastermind, the mastermind. We ain't heard no hard evidence. Don't mean that he won't be found guilty and sent up the river. All I'm saying is temper your expectations. He might not be as guilty as everybody else thinks he is. And for the people who are upset with me, or I don't even say upset, people who are disagreeing with me about the Lil Durk video, let me tell you something, bro. And I'll break it down even further tomorrow in another video. You want me to believe a system that has never benefited me or anybody from my ilk? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to believe the feds. I know how the feds work. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But, hey, check out how you can win an Xbox. Yeah, man, we just hit 200K. We on our way to 300, man. Subscribe today so you can find out how you can win an Xbox or a PlayStation, man. The details are on the way.
This is how you know somebody is literally going to be in the drawing. Robin Minter, check him out, man. All we do is go down and we look and we see his subscriptions. Who does he have? That's Seti Nash right here. What also happens, take that off. Top commenter. That right here, public subscriber. So that's what you got to do, and make sure you share each video, and then you'll be entered to win. Shout out to Mike. Good luck. Subscribe, turn that bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. I'll catch you on the next one.